The 1965 Washington $quarter coin, covering its value, history, and significance. Introduction. The 1965 Washington $quarter coin is an intriguing piece of numismatic history. Although not as rare or valuable as some of its predecessors or successors, it offers insight into a pivotal time in American coinage. This comprehensive overview will delve into the coin's history, production details, and its value today. Historical context. Background. By the mid-1960s, the United States was undergoing significant economic and political changes. The country was deeply engaged in the Cold War, and domestic issues such as civil rights and economic challenges were at the forefront of national attention. These changes also impacted the U.S. Mint, which was responsible for producing the nation's coinage. Coinage issues of the 1960s. The early 1960s marked a period of transition in American coinage. The rising cost of silver, which was a primary component in many U.S. coins, prompted changes in coin composition. This era saw the introduction of new materials and designs intended to stabilize the cost of producing coins and ensure their continued circulation. Design and production. Design of the Washington Quarter. The Washington Quarter, first introduced in 1932 to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday, features a portrait of the first President of the United States on the obverse, front, side. The reverse, back, side of the coin traditionally depicted an eagle, but it was redesigned in 1965. In 1965, the U.S. Mint made a significant change to the reverse design of the quarter. The eagle was replaced by a simpler, more modern design, as the Mint focused on minimizing production costs and adjusting to changing economic conditions. This change was part of a broader effort to reduce the use of silver in U.S. coins. Composition changes. Prior to 1965, quarters were composed of 90% silver and 10% copper. However, the rising cost of silver led to a change in composition. From 1965 onwards, quarters were minted with a clad composition, an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a core of pure copper. This change significantly reduced the cost of production and helped stabilize the coin's value in circulation. Minting details. The 1965 Washington Quarter was minted in large quantities due to its role as a primary circulating coin. Unlike other years, the 1965 quarters were produced in high volumes to replace the older, silver-containing quarters that were being withdrawn from circulation. The coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which did not use mint marks during this period, making all 1965 quarters indistinguishable in terms of mint location. Value and collectability. Market value. As of now, the 1965 Washington Quarter has a relatively low market value compared to some other collectible coins. Its value is largely determined by its condition, with higher grades commanding higher prices. Generally, uncirculated examples or those with minimal wear can be worth more to collectors. However, due to the large number of these coins produced, even high-grade specimens are not particularly rare or valuable. As of recent valuations, typical 1965 Washington quarters in average circulated condition are worth their face value, 25 cents, to a few dollars, depending on their condition. Uncirculated examples and those with unique errors or characteristics might fetch slightly higher prices, but they do not reach the levels seen for more rare or historically significant coins. Collectability factors. Several factors influence the collectability of the 1965 Washington Quarter. 1. Condition. Coins in mint state or those with minimal wear are more desirable to collectors. 2. Errors. Coins with minting errors, such as misstrikes or double dies, can attract additional interest. 3. Historical context. While the 1965 quarter is not particularly rare, it is part of a transitional period in U.S. coinage history, which can make it of interest to collectors who focus on specific eras. Numismatic significance. Transition in coinage. The 1965 Washington Quarter is part of a transitional period in U.S. coinage history. The change in composition from silver to clad metal marked a significant shift in how coins were produced and used. This transition reflected broader economic conditions and the challenges faced by the U.S. Mint in managing production costs. Modern collecting trends. In modern numismatics, the 1965 Washington quarter is often included in collections focused on mid-20th century American coinage. While it may not be as prized as rarer coins or those with unique historical significance, it still holds a place in the broader narrative of U.S. coin history. Conclusion. The 1965 Washington quarter dollar is a notable example of American coinage that reflects a period of economic adjustment and change. While it may not be a high-value collectible, it provides valuable insight into the evolving nature of U.S. coin production and the impact of economic factors on coin composition. Collectors and historians alike appreciate the 1965 Washington quarter for its role in the broader context of numismatic history. Its value today is modest, but its place in the story of American coinage is significant, serving as a reminder of how economic pressures can shape even the most familiar elements of everyday life.